It seems as though I've been sleeping on a little something something, because I thought I knew pretty much all of the YouTube animators. I'm even personally pretty close with some of them. So imagine my surprise when I see a name pop up in my reaction requests, and it's a YouTube animator, and I haven't actually heard of them before. I feel a little bad, and I'm here to right that wrong. So today I'm going to be diving into HAMINATIONS. HAMINATIONS? I'm guessing ham, like animations, but it's AM. I actually didn't realize that at this. I'm gonna start with their newest video because one, I thought that'd be a great place to start, understand what they're like now, and two, it's entitled My Brother Almost Died 18 Times, so I'd be lying if I said that didn't intrigue me a little bit. Not just because of the amount, but also because they kept count. Also, this is the first time that I've reacted to a YouTube animator. Other than the video I did ages ago listening to a bunch of animated music, I'm ready to have my socks blown off, away to a different dimension, never to return, and to be disintegrate. Why? The sentence could have ended a while ago. Aw, what a cute little intro. I didn't expect that at all. It's so joyous, seems so sweet and innocent, and yet it's about child death. Well, I guess maybe not necessarily child death. Maybe they're an older brother, a much, much older brother.
Hey, Brenner, if you jump off this cliff right now, I'll give you a penny.
For real, I've known people like that. Well, I mean, okay. I was saying that I've known people like that. I meant figuratively, just to clarify. I don't know people that would or have jumped off a cliff at my request. And that's legally what I'm required to say. I'm sticking with it.
I'm Bryson, and a while ago I made a video about the times I almost
So
died.
his name isn't even Ham. It's not like Bryham or Hamson.
That got me thinking about the other injuries in my family, and one sibling came to mind. One who had dodged the grasp of death more times than I can count.
Hold on, sorry, just... I know it's nitpicky. The sibling who has dodged death more times than I can count. What's the title say? Mr. Ham?
And would regularly hurt himself. The wild
Intentionally?
child, the youngest brother, Brenner. This is gonna
Okay,
be
makes sense that it's the youngest brother though. I mean, I say that as though I have some huge brotherly dynamic. I have one older brother, no younger brothers. In fact, I just realized that makes me the younger brother. Well, I mean, I knew I was a younger brother, but I just meant right now, specific to this, I'm talking about me being the younger brother. And I guess, come to think of it, I kind of was the one that did the stupid stuff that could end in injury. Let's end this train of thought here.
Brenner gets injured a lot. I don't want to cut out
Animation of him just being run over.
Sit down, relax, grab some popcorn, and laugh at my brother's pain.
Hell yeah, I'm in.
Injuries were self-inflicted. However, I think it's only right we start the video with Brenner's very first injury, the one he got from me.
Okay. Almost all of them were self-inflicted, but we're starting with the one his brother gave him. I'm also curious about the others. You know, what other grievous wounds have been doled out by other parties and why? And were any of those times where he almost died? And if it's been so many times, does your brother have like a price on his head?
Brenner had recently been born, and my parents invited me into their room to say hi
Oh
to my
God.
baby brother. As I
Did he
said
drop
hello
him?
to he reached out his hand and scratched my chest.
Wow.
Now, obviously,
Rude.
Brenner was just a baby. He had no control of his body.
No, he knew. He was doing it intentionally.
My 4-year-old brain could not let this slide. How dare you?
It's time for me to place bets on how he retaliated. Did he A, scratch him back, because that seems like the most likely outcome? B, just give him a good old whack in the face? C, ask to hold him and then just pile drive him into the ground? Or D, place a Final Destination style curse on his brother so that he'll end up spending the rest of his life being haunted by death? I think I know which one I'd place it on.
Come into my house, take my spot as the cute youngest child, and take all the attention from my parents?
Oh my God.
And now this? I offered you my hand.
Genuinely a little intense.
You attacked me. You must pay recompense for your actions.
Oh, it's just gonna scratch, scratch, punch, curse.
Don't do it.
My parents tried to stop me, but it was too late.
I love-
I reached out and scratched him back.
Okay.
He began to cry, and my parents put me in timeout. Little did Brenner know, his pain had just begun. Okay, and also...
Saying little did he know his pain had just begun does kind of sound like you've orchestrated all of the times that he's almost died and even been put in any sort of bodily harm. Doesn't it, Bryson? I got you figured out.
Even now, I still regularly apologize to Brenner about it, but he can't even remember it, so he doesn't care. Brenner, my conscience has really been getting to me lately.
Just let him scratch your back.
Sorry about what I
Again, although that's an extra scratch.
Years ago. Can you just move on? I forgive you, okay?
Thank you.
Aw,
I love you, Brenner.
that's actually sweet.
I'm glad I could get that off my chest.
Pushes him down the stairs. Oh, so I predicted that, but I meant that the little brother would push Bryson. But you know what? You scratch someone, you gotta expect to be pushed down the stairs, right?
My brother Brody slammed the door on my fingers? Yeah. Apparently that experience runs in the family. Brody walked through a door as a young Brenner was sticking his fingers in the hinges, and Brody slammed the door again.
Intentionally?
Every which way.
Oh.
If I had a nickel for every time I slammed a sibling's fingers in the door, I'd have 2 nickels. That isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
First off, I love the Phineas and Ferb reference. Secondly, the way he's talking about it kind of does sound intentional. Although while I guess he could have been a bit more careful about slamming his doors, you know, maybe don't shove your fingers in the hinges of the door that someone might be using. That's all I'll say on that.
Luckily, Brenner's fingers didn't break, and the doctors fixed him up. Feel better soon, buddy, and don't get into any more trouble.
I will make no such promise.
One time,
I
me
will
and Brenner
constantly
were
try to
playing tag.
die.
Rather than be tagged by me, he jumped into a busy street and a car barely avoided
Oh
him.
my god. Oh my god, I'm starting to feel personally attacked because I, no joke, have done that exact same thing. I didn't think about it, I wasn't trying to die, I wasn't trying to hit a car so that I could commit some sort of insurance fraud, I was just trying to not get tagged. Can you blame me?
I genuinely don't know why he is so accident prone, but this next story was no accident.
Oh god. No accident.
Play with the neighbor kids, Jake and Steven. The main reason I didn't like Jake was because he said,
Why are they
"Your sister is so hot."
Why are they just snacking on paper? And as someone who doesn't have a sister, do friends really talk about their friends' sisters that way? That's really, really weird.
Brittany was 18. Jake and I were 8. Have you considered shutting up? Anyways, I spent the day tolerating Jake's shenanigans, but eventually I hid from him on the front porch.
Wait, who's gonna instigate a fight here?
Come here, Brenner, I want to show you something. Brenner walked up to him.
Why do they even
Steven
look
grabbed
evil?
his hand, reached into his pocket, and pulled out a pair of scissors
What?
and started cutting Brenner's fingers.
What?
I ran over to them
What?
to check on Brenner. His fingers were bleeding and he was crying. I slapped the scissors out of Steven's
Is this
hand,
for-
grabbed him by the arm and forced him inside to his mom. Hey, Steven just cut Brenner's fingers with scissors.
Oh my.
Oh, Steven. What? That's it?
This whole thing just took a turn. And I guess maybe I was naive to think that this whole thing could be quite lighthearted and nice because at the end of the day, it's about a kid almost dying like 18 times. But weird kid of a parent's friend slicing his brother's fingers with scissors was not on my bingo card. That... Man.
Call my mom right now so she can pick us up. We're leaving. We left and Brenner's fingers healed just
Yeah,
fine.
what kind of mother just
Still, that
doesn't
reaction
even
from the
care?
mom
Oh
was not
god.
okay. Luckily, I never had to go
Horrifying
to the house
faces.
again. Reminds me of another time Brody was really young and another boy was punching him. My mom took the kid to his mom and told her that his son was hitting Brody, and all she did was say, "Soft hands, Hunter."
What? What does that mean? Hit them gently? What? Like, that's almost a weirder response than not doing anything, isn't it? Because if you don't do anything, that's really shitty, but at least it doesn't contradict itself, whereas that response is like, oh, you know that you shouldn't really be hitting people, but if you are gonna hit them softly, okay, darling? And if you're gonna stab someone, only stab them once, not 8 times.
A lot of Brenner's injuries were caused by him wanting to grow up fast and to keep up with his older brothers. For example,
My turn.
How can you hurt yourself playing basketball? Yeah, I mean, I've done that actually. I'm just starting to realize that I am a stereotypical baby brother, I guess. I've never thought about it, never really examined the dynamic I had in my family and with my brother, and yet, there we go. Oh no, the trampoline.
Let me try.
but
Some of my older cousins had trampolines. And I even briefly had a trampoline. You know, one thing I never tried to do? Backflip. I'd do front flips. I don't know why that's somehow less scary. It just is. I feel less like I'm gonna break my neck. Why is this video making me think about all kinds of things I've never thought about? I've always felt so much safer with the prospect of doing a front flip, but was my confidence and security unfounded?
This next story is the real reason I made this video.
Okay.
I'm honestly still surprised
I am
that
ready.
I survived this. It was bad. In our basement, we had a tall exercise machine that looked like this.
If this story involves weights, I am going to be very scared. And that thing I said about Final Destination will be even more relevant.
Brenner decided that he wanted to climb it and jump off it onto our beanbag for fun. However,
that's all right.
this time it went horribly.
I've jumped off random
Brenner
crap
pushed
before.
the beanbag close to the machine, climbed up, and jumped head first with the same regard
Why?
for his life that
Why?
a Minecraft player has when seeing one block of
Hey, don't compare those two scenarios, okay? I'm always gonna hit the puddle. Don't question that. I have never died in Minecraft, ever.
The beanbag covered the exercise bench, which extended out, hiding the big metal part of it.
No,
Brenner thought that since there was part of the beanbag there, it would be soft.
sound logic,
His head slammed
totally.
through the beanbag into the metal part.
Oh, he hit his
split
head on that.
Forehead wide open.
The delayed reaction felt so accurate. And look, I've not done that and hit my head, but I did think that jumping off of the top bunk bed onto two little pillows, belly first, would work. That would soften that. I could tell you that it did not. But I can also tell you that I learnt not to belly flop off of like tall things into hard surfaces. So, lesson learned, and if I didn't do that, how would I know now?
Everybody do the flop!
I only caught a glimpse of him as they ran out, but I could tell it was
Oh my
bad.
god, the
Brittany
trail
and
of
Mom
blood?
later told me that they could see Brenner's skull through the gash in his head.
My brother also once split his head open. See, it wasn't just me doing dumb shit. My brother was at some friend's birthday party and was running around while looking behind him, and he was running really fast, and then as he turned around, ran straight into like their cubby house, but in the corner, right on the wood, right into his head. I didn't see him on the day, but he had one of those like clip things to squish over his skull, and I definitely remember that not being a pleasant sight. So I can use my imagination very vividly, thank you.
Somehow the doctors patched him up. I think they even had a plastic surgeon involved in fixing his head. When I next saw Brenner, he was up on his feet with 25 stitches in his head. But he was okay.
God damn. Dude really split his head.
Die, Brenner. I'm so glad you're okay. Anyway.
I was gonna say there had to be some sort of meanness. Wow. Sorry, Bryson. You're going straight to hell now.
Brenner, can you please calm down on the injuries? You're gonna die if you're not
No.
careful.
It's not hard to die. I could do it like right now. But like number two.
Another time, a young Brenner was using the bathroom and found a bottle of painkillers on the counter.
Oh.
They were coated in a sugary glaze to make them go down easier. So Brenner took the pills one by one.
I mean, not even like licked them.
until they
Oh,
ran out of
okay.
sugar,
Well, there you go.
Then spat them out. He did this over and over and over, and from sucking on the pills, he got sick and passed out.
Really?
Tired.
What would that do? Did the actual
My mom
painkiller
discovered Brenner
release into him or
unconscious on the
something?
bathroom floor surrounded by pills. What?
What a strange sight for her. Does that mean he actually ingested enough of those painkillers to send him to the hospital just from sucking on the sugar coating? I'm genuinely getting confused and a little bit overwhelmed because, again, as a kid, I did that. I didn't end up having to go to hospital, but I definitely sucked on some sugary painkillers. I thought it was harmless. I thought it was fine. I don't know. I hadn't thought about it. But how similar has my life been to this kid? Bryson, are we actually just brothers?
Another time, he swallowed a bunch of coins, and again, my parents
my
rushed
God.
him to the hospital where he was x-rayed to show a pile of...
I've never swallowed coins, but actually it just occurred to me, oh my god, stop, I want to stop. I was having so many similarities. I used to, okay, this is really weird. All right, please don't judge me. When I was really young, maybe like 5 or 6, I really liked the taste of coins. I know it's disgusting. I wouldn't put a coin in my mouth now. But back then, for some reason, mwah, did I just chef's kiss? Talking about coins? All the billions of germs from millions of people just makes it taste better. You know, it's like garnish. And who doesn't enjoy that? You know, if I make a grilled cheese, I make sure to take the plate next door and ask my neighbor to step on it. That's a joke. I don't actually do that. See, normally I wouldn't feel the need to clarify, but I feel like I'm not giving myself a great character reference in this video.
I'm surprised they didn't have a special section of the hospital just for him. This next story is surprisingly the only time that Brenner has ever broken a bone.
Wow. I've also only broken one bone. I swear, I'm gonna say it right now because I don't know what's coming. It was my right arm. I broke it somehow playing soccer. My one regret at the time was that it wasn't my left arm, because I am left-handed. So when I went to school, I still had to write, and I was salty about that.
My family has a small motorcycle that we call Big Bertha. It's
Big
fun to ride
Bertha?
around on, but it has no suspension. It is 2 wheels and a motor. That's it.
Hell yeah. I kinda wanna ride that now.
He decided to ride it off a curb. The bike bounced, Brenner swerved and lost control, and he went head over handlebars.
Oh god, that's not good. Wait, is it?
On his arm and totally snapped his wrist.
Oh, man, for a second, the way he drew that, I thought it was gonna be his right arm, but then when she picks him up, it's his left arm. Which is it? Are we gonna be the same?
One hospital trip later, and Brenner had a cast. He wanted his cast to be
So close. I thought it was gonna be his right arm. It was his left. I will take that as a difference, but I will say it's eerily close to the bone that I broke. I just feel like I'm getting a window into how other people in my family viewed me. I'm not sure if I like it, but if I'm half as interesting, that's just my win, right?
So he asked me to paint it to look like Thanos' gauntlet. So I got the paint out and painted it as best I could to look like the gauntlet. It looked pretty cool in my opinion.
That's cute as hell, what the heck?
Brenner's arm got itchy. The doctors told him that his arm would be itchy at first, but that if he ignored it, the itchiness would go away. They also specifically told him to leave the cast alone and to not shove anything into the cast.
Oh man, was I meant to do that? I shove stuff into my cast all the time. Wait, now it's his right arm. The inconsistencies.
He grabbed Brody's glasses and
I did not do it with glasses. I did it with rulers, man.
Scratch his itch. He pulled the
That's
glasses
gross.
off, only to realize that the little rubber covering had slipped off and it was now stuck in the cast.
Rookie mistake.
Determined to scratch his itch and recover the rubber cover, Brenner somehow removed all of the soft wrappings underneath the cast, leaving
How?
only the hard outer shell. Brenner had scratched it.
That is simultaneously impressive and horrifying, which seems to be the theme for this video.
Then Mom walked in and saw what Brenner had done.
God. Did they have to recast it?
They went back to the hospital
literally.
to explain the situation. Can you
my
imagine
God.
being a doctor and setting someone up with a nice cast to help them heal, and the next thing you know, they ruined it?
And have it painted like Thanos' glove.
They had to cut off his Thanos cast and
Oh
make
my
another
God.
one for him. Brenner got home and asked me to paint his new cast. No, I spent a lot of time painting that last one and you ruined it.
The heartbreak.
How do I know you won't ruin it again?
Come on, man, just paint it
Oh
again.
my god, he's gonna ruin again, isn't he?
Because of your sloppiness.
So Brenner went around wearing a lame blue cast rather than a cool Thanos.
Nerd.
A few months later, the doctors took off the cast and they realized that Brenner's arm had healed crooked. It was literally
What?
a 15-degree angle.
Today I learnt that that could happen. Thankfully it didn't happen to me. Wow. That is scary.
My mom pointed this out and the doctor said, yeah, well, it's within the range of crookedness that we consider to be acceptable, so we're just gonna leave it.
That's so common that there's a range that's acceptable. I'm learning things about myself, about the world, about the medical sciences. How on God's earth did I not know that?
Fix his arm and do it right this time.
So the doctor.
Do they have to like re-break
To
it?
fix it, they would have to re-break Brenner's arm, angle it correctly, and recast it.
That. Wow.
Hold them down.
Wait, no.
Wait, seriously?
So they
Are
did
they
that,
kidding?
and Brenner's arm eventually.
Okay, so I'm assuming that that's a dramatization and that they didn't actually just hold the kid down and snap his arm. But how would they re-break it? I did immediately think that that would be the solution, to re-break it and then set it again. But how, in reality, did they do it while he's conscious? Just go, all right, here you go, put your arm here. Bam! Sledgehammer.
Now you would think that after breaking his arm on Big Bertha, that Brenner would never touch that.
Straight back to the bike.
One day, me and Brenner got bored and decided to go for a ride. Him on Big Bertha and me on my go-kart. We chased
have a
each other around
go-kart?
the parking lot, but then I thought, how can I make racing around more interesting? And my mind went to my favorite racing game, Mario Kart. You know, the game where you destroy your enemies by throwing items at them. So I decided to...
I initially thought that he was gonna like ram his car into the bike or something, but then when he said Mario Kart, I was like, that doesn't make oh my god. He's gonna just throw shit at him.
And throw my flip-flops at him. We went
Flip-flops?
back and forth throwing flip-flops at each other like green shells for some time.
How many flip-flops did you have? We went back and forth throwing them at each other for some time. Did you just keep catching the flip-flops and throwing them back? Or catching them, driving to where they were, picking them up and throwing them again? Or did you just have like a bag full of flip-flops just in case you needed to peg them at someone? I know it doesn't matter, but the logistics intrigue me.
Got a good flip-flop strike on Brenner.
Hell yeah.
To retaliate with something.
Break his bone again.
He grabbed a big tree branch and drove towards me. He swung
like
the
a
branch
joust.
and I swerved out of the way. But the branch was so heavy that swinging it threw Brenner off balance. He swerved and flew over the handlebars once more.
I was gonna say, does he break his arm again? But then I remembered that he said that was the only time his brother ever broke a bone.
Again? Freaking again?
Brenner was scraped and bruised, but luckily nothing broke.
Oh, okay.
And he
That's
finally
good.
learned his lesson, and he doesn't drive Big Bertha anymore.
Is that
I do.
Oh, I was expecting him to be like, just kidding, he rides it all the time. In fact, while he might not have broken one of his bones again, he routinely breaks his friends' bones by making them ride with him. Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh my god, his face got so smushed.
That's not even all of Brenner's injuries. But if I keep talking about them, this video is going to be 30 minutes long. And in that time, he'll probably injure himself again. Let's quickly get through some last stories. Lightning round.
I don't know if I'm ready for a lightning round, I'm not gonna lie. I have one question though, Bryson. Given that Big Bertha seems to be so dangerous, is Brenner the only one that's broken a bone on it? Have you broken a bone? Or are you maybe just skirting around with the wording because have you fractured something? Or sprained something, maybe? The reason I ask is that I need to know if the death bad luck... Well, I guess it's not death bad luck, it's death good luck, because he's not dying. The grievous bodily harm bad luck demons. I need to know if they're coming after the rest of your family or if it's just Brenner.
We visited a janky aquarium that let you swim with sharks, and a bamboo shark bit Brenner's finger. Brenner went to a trampoline park, attempted a stupid trick, and landed on his head and had to wear a neck brace for a few weeks.
How many times has this guy plummeted from something onto his head?
Brody tried to splash Brenner with the paddle, but it skipped off the water, slammed it in his face, and cracked his front teeth.
Oh my god, that just reminded me of something. At a family gathering, a bunch of my relatives were playing hockey, and one of them swung and accidentally smacked my brother in the face with a hockey stick. The funny and fortunate thing is, though, that like 2 minutes prior, they were using an aluminium baseball bat to play hockey because we didn't have enough sticks. So, you know, that could have been a lot worse.
A car almost backed over him as a child.
Oh my
but
god.
He hung onto the bumper while being dragged, and my sister.
Oh my god, that's some quick ass thinking though. Goddamn, just hangs onto the car.
As he has grown, I think he has gotten a little less accident prone. Let's hope it keeps going in that direction, because I'm pretty sure he has used up all of his 9 lives.
I don't think he's just like magically become less accident prone or that he's just luckier now, but I think maybe he's become more cautious because he's like, oh god, I don't want to die and I've used up the entirety of all of my luck for everything for the rest of my life.
God has sent his soul back to the living world so many times that
God's like, get out of here, I don't want you.
He might just say, oh, forget it, and keep him. Well, hey, it could be worse. At least his soul is going to heaven.
Been locked out because you sold out your brother.
Thanks for watching. It's been a while, so let me make some announcements.
This is adorable. I love the acknowledgement of all of the animators. Also, now that we're at the end of the video, I just want to say, oh my god, the animation in that was stellar. I hadn't really thought too much about it because I was just so engaged by the story, but goddamn, the amount of time and effort that would have gone into that is amazing. So that team, you killed it, well done, I'm very impressed. So thank you so much for watching, it really means a lot to me that you're here. I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you next time.